I just want to make a short video about my thoughts on all these protests that are happening at the colleges, and now it's happening at Stony Brook as well. Pro-Palestinian protests continuing here, and I'm really concerned about the growing anti-Semitism that's going on. And I fully support people's right to peacefully protest to an extent. But when it comes to interfering with transportation and blocking off campuses, that's when I get a little concerned. We now have a protest that actually News 12 is actually live at it, believe it or not. They've been covering this live. Stony Brook administrators demand pro-Palestinians. So they're basically worried about police coming in. Now, this is the issue I've got here. I understand people are against the war. Look, Israel was attacked; it had a right to defend itself. However, I feel that a lot of the violence going on both sides is appalling. But I don't see any peace signs here. I do see a bunch of Palestinian flags. So if they're really, this is just going to help polarize people even more. We all want peace. We all want love and peace to prevail. All right, and that's not what's happening right now. All right, but I don't see any love signs. I see Palestinian flags. I don't see any peace signs. I see Palestinian flags. Maybe there are some back there, but they're flying a Palestinian flag, which is a symbolic symbol of Hamas. All right, which to me is very disturbing. All right, and to me, I take this as kind of an invasion of our campuses at this point. All right, so they were asked to leave, and they didn't clear out by 11. I was watching; they did not clear out by 11. There could be arrests and stuff. I am totally this. Some people have compared this to the protests against the Vietnam War. I don't think it's like that, because we're seeing again these Palestinian flags. If these people were for peace, let me go back. You can see here again these protests. You have pro-Palestinian protests, of course. Here. Let's just go back here and take a look at some of the Vietnam War protests. All right, some pictures of them, because it's about peace. It's about ending a war. All right. They're not flying any flags. All right, there's a big difference between that and end the war now. I mean, these are the pictures here that were against it. Peace. People want peace in this protest. I don't see the current protests them demanding peace. I don't see one sign here saying peace. I'm looking. I don't see anything here. I don't see anything. Let's play this video here. I think they make us sit through an ad to actually watch the video, which I don't feel like doing. Maybe Fox 5 will have it. Or I could just Google Columbia protests. All right. Get some images from that here. All right. So you could see here. I just see a bunch of flags. These are some pictures from Wikipedia. Do I see anything talking about peace here? Anything? Gaza solidarity. I don't see anything about peace here. Right, there's one sign there about love, but I don't see anything about peace. So that's my concern here. But I'm really scared that this is going to get violent. And obviously having the police storm campuses is not the answer to this situation. I support Israel's right to exist, and these people are trying to, basically intimidate people who are Jewish, people who support Israel, like myself, and genocide. What about the genocide that Jewish people have been through? It's just getting way out of hand, and I'm scared it's going to get worse. And what is the solution to this problem? Well, unfortunately, it is out of our hands as Americans. It is between Israel and the forces of evil, Hamas, that it is fighting. Um, and Hamas is a very evil force, and they're embedded in the Palestinian culture. And this is what we have to figure out a way to wipe out Hamas, um, but do it in a manner that doesn't harm innocent civilians. And right now, that's not what's happening on both sides. But war is horrible. You have the war in Ukraine. You have all these wars that are happening, um, and I want peace. I don't want war. I wish these wars would stop. But the only way they're going to stop is the people who start them. The people who start them, Hamas, Putin, and Russia. Those are the people that are starting these wars. It's not Israel starting a war. It's not Ukraine starting a war. It's Hamas. It's Putin. Those are the people starting the war. All right. But again, these protesters, I don't see any peace signs here. I see a lot of flags, is what I see. Victory. I mean, this is not, no, that does not mean peace to me. All right? So, that's been my thoughts on this. I was going to make a video about it eventually. Um, this don't look like, these don't look like anti-war peace protesters. All right? And who knows how many of them are even Stony Brook students. Look, I want the war to end. I want people to stop dying, obviously. But you're not going to get people to support peace by flying a Palestinian flag. It's not going to happen. That's been my thoughts.